In today's media-crazed world, even the slightest uptick in volatility gets the narratives working. We're going to talk about your 4 superpowers that'll help you fight back even against the scariest of markets. So throughout 2021, but any given year, there have been the various narratives. You had the meme stock crash and the fight between Main Street and Wall Street earlier in the year, if you remember, that led to some market volatility. You've had various political things, the Delta variant, now the Omicron variant. What's the Fed going to do? Is inflation transitory? There's always something that you could be afraid of. And from time to time, those narratives come true and lead to significant market volatility. But letting each and every one freak you out is no way to get through it. And if you instead keep your focus on the 4 superpowers we're going to discuss today as an investor, you don't have to worry because you'll know I can get through even the scariest of markets. So what are these 4 superpowers and what things do we need to engage them like a good superhero needs to do? Well, the first one is time. What kind of time frame are you investing in? You don't need every dollar every day, regardless of where you're at in your life cycle, but particularly if you're a younger investor, time is on your side. Superpower number 1. We always talk to our clients, tell us about your goals and tell us about your time frames. Keeping your focus there, that's where we want to anchor things, not some random benchmark or random performance thing to help you get to where you want to go in the most constructive fashion. The thing you need to do to engage this superpower, though, is be patient. It's so difficult to know that, hey, this is going to need to then play out over time to get those long-term returns, that magic of compounding interest that we've all seen and that for many of us got us into investing in the first place is going to, again, take that time that you have. The second one is dollar cost averaging. This just simply means continuing to invest in a systematic way and taking advantage of those market sell-offs. If you look at things mathematically and you believe, again, over time, we're going to move from point A to point B in a market, all of those little drawdowns, if you continue to systematically save, is going to help you actually get to a much larger place over time. You're going to be buying more when things are on sale with that same dollar than you would when things are expensive. Keeping that there. What do you need to do to engage this superpower? Well, you need to be disciplined. Too often when those scary markets come, whether it's within your 401k or 403b, or even in an after-tax account, people pull back. That systematic distribution that they got excited about doing when they were reading about all-time highs in the stock market now seems frightening when it should be just the reverse. This is your chance to, again, take advantage of those opportunities to help move you further towards your goals. The third one is income, and this might be the biggest one of all because it can buy you the ability to dollar cost average. It can buy you more time. It's why for retiring clients or clients who are about to retire, we emphasize the high income series. It has nothing to do about not having growth. It has to do about getting an income stream that's definable through various market cycles that you can count on so that you're A, not a forced seller if you're using just a total return strategy, or B, if you're not needing to live on all the income you're generating, again, you've got the ability to buy things when they're cheap. So what do we need to be able to engage this superpower? Perspective. Understanding, again, that we want to be that turtle that's just plodding along time after time after time, not experiencing the huge setbacks. Warren Buffett's got the great quote that says the best way to make money is to not lose it. Well, the best way to not lose money is to not be a forced seller, and the best way to not be a forced seller is to have plenty of income, whether that's from your job or your portfolio, to sustain you through even tough markets. The fourth superpower we want to discuss is the power of diversification. This is a tough one. If you're diversified, counterintuitively, it means some part of your portfolio is not performing well, or at least as well as the other parts of your portfolio, because here again, we don't want everything in our portfolio acting the same way under any type of economic condition. So a common question I'll get is, hey, why do we have this thing that just seems to kind of plod along at 2 or 3%? Well, because it's not very volatile. And what does that do for us? Well, it does a couple things. Number one is if you have an emergency need, which often tend to happen during bad markets, you've got something you can pick on to, again, not be a forced seller of something that's really been beaten up. Or you've got the ability to rebalance the portfolio, to sell some of what's done well or held up, to buy those things that have been trashed out by the market. What does this do? It means now you're getting to take advantage of the market sell-off as opposed to feeling like it's taking advantage of you. To close up the diversification point, the tough thing, the thing we need to engage is to, again, accept that diversifying means we're not always going to be in what the hot stock was or the hot asset class. We're going to and need to invoke some of those other things from the past, patience, discipline, process, to be able to really position ourselves across a full economic cycle. In summary, let me wrap up with what I don't want you focused on, and then again, what I need you to get focused on. What I don't need you to get focused on, what I haven't talked about, but is often in the mindset of investors who eventually blow themselves up, is that you're going to be tougher than everyone else, or you're going to outsmart everyone else. These people come in two packages. Either those that know they're playing a game of musical chairs and are running a significant risk of being blown up, or the people who come into us after the fact saying, hey, this used to be my mindset. I did in fact blow myself up. Now I know I need a partner in a process that can help get me to where I want to go. So what are we going to focus on? Number one, we're going to focus on a perspective on the things we can control and on anchors and benchmarks that are actually constructive. Number two, we're going to build a plan that works for us and helping us get where we want to go, even if the market isn't working for us at that time. And finally, you need to find a partner that can help you do the first two and walk that journey to your financial goals and dreams with you. With that, we hope you have a wonderful holiday season, and we'll look forward to talking with you next week.